What's going on, everybody? It's Ben back on my vlog here, where we talk about recruiting and starting a recruiting agency, and I try to help everybody figure out their own pathway to starting a recruiting firm, just like I have. So if you haven't already, in the link in the description, there is a place called Young Money Recruiters. It's a Facebook group that I just started, and I would love it if you would go and join. If you're a recruiter or if you're getting into recruiting, it's a great place to network and find some true value aligned with this channel. It's going to be kind of a mishmash of some of the value you get here and some of the value you get there. But there you can actually network with a lot of people who are already in recruiting and other recruiters if you're a recruiter yourself. So link in the description to Young Money Recruiters. Please join the Facebook group. It's an awesome place to be. So today, just following up on my last video, I wanted to kind of follow the series of steps to starting a recruiting agency and what it takes to actually get into recruiting. So today's video is going to be all about who should start a recruiting agency. So who do you have to be to start a recruiting agency, right? Well, you can be anybody. If you want to start a recruiting agency, you can be absolutely anybody. But who do I recommend will do the best in starting a recruiting agency? Entrepreneurs. Number one, people who are entrepreneurial minded. So if you're doing any kind of business already, let's say Shopify, any sort of e-commerce, if you're doing any, physical resale Craigslist business, if you are a salesperson at a sales organization, or you sell anything online, or if you deal with face-to-face sales, or if you're a recruiter already working for Aerotech, Robert Half, or Insight Global, you should be starting your own recruiting agency, and that's for damn sure. But those are the types of people that should be starting a recruiting agency. And the reason why is because there's a specific set of skills that you're going to need if you're starting an agency. Number one is drive. People talk about this all the time. You could watch Gary V's till you're blue in the face about this, but drive is what it's all about, right? So it's taking your work all the way till 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12, 1, 2, whatever it takes. Having that whatever it takes attitude and your drive is huge in recruiting, because ultimately people are going to get back to you. You have to respond to emails in real time. You have to do business development at the same time and grab new clients. So your drive is going to be absolutely massive in recruiting and starting a recruiting agency, especially from the ground up, like I've done. So, in the beginning, for me, it was all bootstrapping, right? It was 100 cold emails every single day, looking for clients, scraping Facebook, finding people that are hiring, looking out for opportunities where I can make them work and synergize and make deals and relationships. So that's massive. The second biggest thing is just going to be your people skills. So if you're a salesperson, you know exactly what I'm talking about because you've already got this, right? You know how to talk to people on the phone. You know how to talk to them in person. You know how to mirror. You know how to deal with people, okay? Dealing with people is massive in recruiting because it's all you're going to be doing. Candidates and clients, right? They're both different types of people. You have to deal with them on different levels, and you have to understand the dynamics between, pleasing a client and telling a candidate things straightforward and being very blunt with them about, what they need to know and how to present themselves at an interview and things like that. So really knowing your people skills and having those down is huge for starting a recruiting agency. Those are the types of people that should be starting a recruiting firm. The third one I would say is absolutely having like a goal-oriented mind. So this is philosophical, right? But if you're not driven and if you don't have people skills, you can still start a recruiting agency and get into this business if you have a goal-oriented mind. For me, I have goals. I have things that I want to attain. I want to do multiple six figures this year. There are things that I want to buy. There are very specific items. Trust me, if you looked at my background, you will see the car that I want to buy when I hit a certain level. You have a goal-oriented mind, okay? Recruiting is a very scalable business, meaning the more clients you get and the more fills you can make, the more money you're going to make, and it's just going to go up and up and up from there. So as soon as you get into this game, you'll understand how scalable it is. And if you're goal-oriented, and you're going to want to keep going and going and going and going until you can get as many clients as you could handle working, 15, 16, 17 hours a day, whatever it is, to get, it done, doing whatever it takes. So goal-oriented people that know how to talk to people, and salespeople and other people that are driven should be in recruiting. Those are the key things that I can think of if I were to tell you, who the best person is to start a recruiting agency. If you're an entrepreneur that's just a Shopify and you're into, automating things and just kind of not talking to people and using maybe like a VA and you're just selling things online, recruiting's probably not for you. If you have a do whatever it takes mentality and you're open to talking to clients and selling clients and then working on the candidate side, recruiting is going to be for you. The opportunity is there, but you have to be the right kind of person. Okay, so this isn't just a business for anybody. You have to have the right set of skills. I came from sales positions where I was cold calling 75 to 100 people a day. And selling them, getting a credit card in 15 minutes and making a sale. So my concept on business development is easy. I can reach out to 100 people a day. It's no problem to me. To some people, that would be like insanity. They would never do that. But to me, I understand the long-term investment, because 100 emails equals maybe like 5 emails back, equals maybe 2 people interested, equals maybe 1 person that closes a deal with me that ends up making me $10,000. So the 100 emails took me maybe an hour and a half. $10,000 comes out of it after a little bit of work, business development, yada, yada, yada. So put it all together, think about it in your head, but understand that there's certain types of personalities that fit into recruiting and there's certain types that do not. Understand who you are, understand your strengths. And I'm going to quote Gary Vee, right? So play on your strengths. Don't try to fix your weaknesses. Play on your strengths. If you're already the good salesperson and you want to get out of what you're doing, or you're already recruiting and you want to get out of what you're doing, that's when you should get into your own recruiting agency. That's when you should start. If you're driven, if you know how to talk to people, if you're savvy like that, that's when you need to get into recruiting. So understand it's not for everybody. Understand it's for certain types of people. And that's my take on it. I will definitely catch you guys tomorrow. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. Also, link in the description to join Young Money Recruiters, the best recruiting Facebook group on Facebook. So catch you guys tomorrow, and thanks a lot for checking out the content.